Welcome everyone to Open Source Thanksgiving, where we thank the open source gods for providing a full plate of open source packages to choose and consume from, but unfortunately not always are we so lucky that stuff just builds. Case in point 2022 recurring theme here. Your data AI bot updates a package and of course it breaks. The crazy stuff is, I will not actually talk that long about that because obviously that gets a little bit boring. Also, I forgot to size that just before the stream. What happens here, I will not even, hopefully not even analyze that, but that is this kind of stuff where you get crazy of, like, it built last day, you just rebuild, you want to release your open source distribution, like one of the best Linux distributions out there, and do a fresh rebuild. It's the fourth fresh rebuild because we just update and fine tune and fix so much stuff. Do we even have a microphone? Oh, we have a microphone. And like not even last minute, but over the last minute, already 14 days later, or 24. Stuff break, and you wonder like how did this break now, right? You could kind of say you start to lose your mind, right, with all those regressions. It's some super silly thing. It's not even usually it's C and C++, and people can't even master that glorified portable assembler frontend. But here's some ln failed to create symbolic link of some test GTK resource C, and the crazy stuff is, it built previously, right? It built for years, and then some minor bug fix release. Hey, we fixed some minor bugs, and PS, we broke the test suite. So, of course, I don't care about the test suite, right? So normally we would just disable that, like disable test suite, like who cares? I just want to put it out here, a recurring reminder also how broken the whole IT infrastructure is. Not only GTK Plus and GNOME, but just look at Apple's peak bugs and Microsoft, Google, and falling apart Twitter. So the way I will hopefully fix that, or maybe, let's see. So, of course, we would just patch the test suite away, right? Like, who cares about the test suite, right? Test suites are for those developers, not for us. You would hope they tested it enough, except the test suite breaks. But they might probably have used Meson, so we were using the non-Meson build, and maybe that is a good point in time to, by the way, should I, delete all the minimal talk things? I mean, just rebuilding PowerPC is only like 2 hours here, 2 hours there. So as you see, we were using GDK because a year ago we couldn't cross-compile that. And also, you know what, maybe, do I even really want? Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh wait, was it even? Yeah, it was all right. So let's see what happens with Meson. Although that is another major last minute change. It's of course the better. I wouldn't call it the right thing, because the right thing would be to fix whatever is broken there, but given that it is configure and whatnot, error, no, that is off to a good start. Error, non-existing build file. I have no idea what is wrong with all those developers. Like, why is everything you try to build either not building, or what used to build yesterday not building anymore? That is crazy. So either the non-Meson build fails symlinking their own source files in the test suite, and the Meson build fails because there is a Meson build file missing in the cursor thing. excuse me, I really currently, I don't even want to make this videos, right? Ideally, I would make here review videos of the Steam Deck or tell you how amazing open source is. And by the way, there's a ReduxOS release, right, written in Rust, hopefully more tested. I really would like to sit here and speak about how amazing the state of open source is after 30 years, but either it breaks one way or another. It's I don't know. Leave me in the comments below how impressed you are. Okay, we will patch the test suite away after all, because I don't have time for such a nonsense. Probably people in the GNOME, Linux and Mozilla Foundation have time for such a nonsense. I'm really sorry, my lifetime is too precious for I did already 10, 25 years too much of this nonsense. You can also share, like, subscribe, Patreon, GoFundMe. By the way, do I also need this also? Do I need to register at Buy Me a Coffee or whatever that modern website is? It's like, yeah, I didn't even test that, right? I saw that it's breaking, so like, okay, let's shout this out that the stuff is broken. I didn't even expect that when we switched to me. I expected cross-compile hiccups or whatever. I didn't expect, like, Methon, hey, there is a file missing. It's like, I don't know. I have soon, I don't know, I should open my coffee. By the way, I didn't have to rebuild that. I could just, also, yeah, all the GTK fails, right? I have here quite some, it's like, yeah, if you epic thread rip through the build errors, then just a mountain of GTK build errors you get. So test suite. So I checked earlier already before I went live. There wasn't an easy switch in the make file. So what I will probably do is patch it away here. So test suite and examples. Oh, wait. So yeah, demos. The demos we install. So I guess like so. Test or test it, how did they test is enough? Like test is like, yeah, oops. I'm just really currently amazed how stuff can get released like this, right? That is what I'm not understanding. And this is not a one-man hobby project run in the garage or attic. It's like what is used as Firefox and GNOME or major Linux distribution base. They're precious commercial business on. It has the win-win of reducing the build time a little bit. Of course, it still fails. You know what, should we diff this release to see what even cannot find? Alright, why does it want so doc tools. So the doc tools wants to have the O file somehow? Well, the test suite failed. Let's see, and then let's partially disable that. And let's just delete it there. Theoretically, then the better finding would be less tests, or yeah, but generating documentation out of .o files. Whatever. Cheers. Let's hope that builds, because I'm getting increasingly tired of that. Let's check for a second. Was it delete? I always forget this name. We need to probably need to. As it was removing. New delete was delete. Nah. We might just have. Yeah, we just have probably deleted because I wanted to just reschedule it. Probably on some other architectures. Because in the middle of the build I updated here some. Yeah, it's quite some rebuilds. Again, not should I do a 5th complete rebuild? I should have yesterday as we up here before the build. Yeah. Maybe it would be better. Then let's quickly test. So yeah, that might now build. Then maybe also try to build without this minimal talk there that we needed a decade ago for PowerPC 64. Yeah, quite some. Let's maybe first, because as usual, a little bit busy here. A little bit busy. As usual, I'm too busy. Yeah. That's this build. Hey, that builds. Bloody test suite. I wanted to commit LVM because there was also update. There is nothing else. So yeah, LVM and family 1505. And then let's try for quite some is. I mean, we don't even need to. I mean, lib unwind for sure doesn't need this. It's probably copy and paste from LVM. Actually, not that many packages have that actually. There's no from double. Do we have that in disk files? And we have. So theoretically with my. Did I run that already? Probably not, huh? Monotone R. So this is at least LVM. Actually, we can actually use our create error lists new delete for PowerPC 64E. Filter today again. Why does it schedule everything for rebuild? Kind of thought a completely new build, isn't it? Yeah, I guess I built everything again completely new. It's, yeah. So, oh no, Somehow that is, you know what? I guess we wipe all builds. Nothing like throwing all your overnight builds away here live on this channel in the name of science. At least we have a space heater and then actually we can commit this GTK change already. Did we? No, probably we didn't SVN, that's it. All red alarm bells are ringing for test suit so broken. Let's not. It's like, who needs test suit? Test suit is failing. Let's not run it. Doctor, when I lay like this, it doesn't hurt. So, which was it? LE. Although that has not the biggest effect for 64 with 32-bit userland, because I think, as far as I remember, this minimal toxin was somehow a 64-bit IBM ABI marginality. So yeah, if you're wondering why the build is delayed, then that is why. Each time you build something, some other nonsense occurs. And so we removed, let's see, like LVM. What did I usually remove for double new lines? Here, SED. This is why I keep these SED expressions, because obviously I don't want to recreate that or Google that a second time. This is why I, for you, but also for me, leave those in there. And let's test that with the builds, of course, running there, not wasting any time there. And then that is not one of those. Where was it? Like, probably was it either R? That also. There must be some. Okay, let's. There must be some where. Here, for example, monotone. Is it even still maintained? Didn't hear about that for a long time. From when is this news? 2014. Probably can't call that dead, but nonetheless. So I guess, what does it do? If empty line, then next, and if looks pretty reasonable. Should I just run this overall? Okay, maybe I do this after. Okay, let's do this only on modified files. not ideal. Let's maybe then grab for M. Because at least some occasions like monotone. Hopefully it doesn't break anything else. Also, it also needs to be reverted. It was a test. Yeah, WebKit conf. Tiny little bit of changes over the last days. So yeah, then that stuff is rebuilding, then sooner or later we will have a full, actually, you know what, let's already build here in parallel the mainstream release for you playing along at home. And then yeah, enjoy your day. Whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not. Have a good day or night. Hope you learned something. Leave in the comments below how many regressions you encounter, how amazed you are with the state of software, open or proprietary, closed source. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun stuff to come.